Alright, what's up everyone? It's Scum here. As you can see, I've got myself a nice new little setup. Did the best that I could to make it look a little spiffy. Got some of my records behind me. My snake. But anyways, today I'm going to be starting cassette collections because it's something that I've been talking about doing and I've been putting it off. But anyways, I'm going to be going in alphabetical order through my cassette collection. It's not a gigantic collection. I have somewhere in between 150, 160, somewhere around there. But anyways, I'm going to try and blaze through them. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I'm not going to pull out like all the J cards and everything. I'm just going to show some of the cassettes that I have in my collection. I'm going to be doing a cassette box set video at some point because I have quite a few of those. But for now, let's start with the letter A. First up, we've got Abysmal Lord. This is Disciples of the Inferno. Not sure how well you're going to be able to see that, but it's like a dark red ink on this black pro tape. This was released by Hell's Headbangers. Really, really great war metal type stuff. I saw them play at Hell's Headbash Part 2, and their set was one of the finest of the entire weekend. They really fucking brought it. You'll notice a trend going on. I have quite a few cassettes from Hell's Headbangers because they put quite a few out. I think for every new release that they do an LP, CD, and cassette. And normally the cassettes are released way before the set release date. So you'll see, a bunch of cassettes that I bought to get those ahead of the release date so I can listen to them. But some of them I also have sealed. Not really sure why. Maybe just a collector's kind of thing, but this is one of them. Acid Witch with Witchtanic Hallucinations. Sealed. It's on a green pro tape. I have the CD and the record of this, so I didn't really see the need to unwrap this one. And then the same for Acid Witch Stoned, the album that came after it. It's on a orange pro tape. Again, have the CD and the record of this, so I'm just going to keep these sealed for a while, and maybe someday they'll be a nice little collector's item. Maybe not. Who gives a shit? They're cassettes. And I have a nice mixture of like old secondhand cassettes and brand new cassettes. This one being one of the older ones. Anthrax, Spreading the Disease. Old school white tape, black ink. I want to say this came out in 1985 it says. And I don't really know like all the pressing information for these cassettes. All the old ones like this I always get for super cheap. They're just nice to have. But that one is not my favorite Anthrax album. That would be this one, Among the Living. This one on a clear tape. What's the date on this bad boy? 1987, Island Records. So these came out when these records were released. Both of those are in good quality. So is this one, Anthrax Persistence of Time. I don't know why I have so many Anthrax cassettes. I like Anthrax, but I guess just because these are cheap. And then this one came out in 1990. So a decent collection of some old Anthrax stuff, which is probably their best stuff. I'm not too familiar with their discography in like the 90s and early 2000s. Up until probably like Worship Music is when I started catching on with Anthrax again. Here we've got another cassette that I got through Hell's Headbangers, released by Debimir Morty. That is for Archgoat, the Apocalyptic Triumphator. I fucking love this album so much. some of Archgoat's best material on this. The Grand Luciferian Theophany, Nuns, Cunts, and Darkness. Really, really killer stuff from Archgoat on this one. And then I've got a bunch of Asphyx cassettes. This one still sealed. The Rack. This is a reissue. Licensed by Century Media, released by Darkness Shall Rise Productions. Limited to 250 copies. Black Pro Tape. Maybe my favorite Asphyx record, at least of their older stuff. But then they came back with a vengeance. This is Asphyx with Death the Brutal Way, reissued by Floga Records. And I will be talking about Floga Records in another video extensively, because their box sets for cassettes have been coming out fast and furious, and the quality on them is absolutely outstanding. And then when it comes to the newer Asphyx material, it doesn't get better than this with Death Hammer. Yeah, if my favorite Asphyx record is not The Rack, it's Death Hammer. Martin Van Drunen and company sound absolutely incredible on this album. Tracks like Into the Time Waste, the title track, Minefield, Der Lancer. Holy shit. If you haven't heard the newer Asphyx stuff from Death the Brutal Way on, I think it's just that one, Death Hammer, and then their newest one, which is, got it right here actually. Pull it out real quick. Incoming Death. One of my favorites of 2016. But check out that new Asphyx stuff, because it's on par with their early material. I mean, they sound as good as ever, really. And then this is going to be finishing up my A collection for cassettes. The newest At the Gates album, their return, a glorious return, At War with Reality. Amazing, amazing comeback record for this band. When it comes to melodic death metal, At the Gates sets the standard, no questions asked. I don't even think that's really up for discussion. But if you disagree, let me know what your favorite melodic death metal band is, and then I'll, be able to tell you that you're wrong. In my humble opinion, don't get too offended. But yeah, I think this is out of like 100 copies. It was released by Century Media when the record came out a couple years ago. Very, very good stuff. That's going to be it for this cassette collection update. I don't know how often I'm going to be doing these, but whenever I've got some free time, I'll try and churn out some cassette collection updates. Let me know what you think about the new setup, and so on and so forth. Thank you for watching these videos. It means a lot, really does. I like talking about music, and I like watching other people's videos and all that good stuff. So until then, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, keep on coming back and watching these, and until next time, take care.